The Pearl River is the single source of drinking water for Jackson, Mississippi, and hundreds of other municipalities and industries. The Pearl supplies clean, fresh water to the Gulf of Mexico to support the region's oyster, crab, shrimp, and tourism industries. And the Pearl River provides habitat to more than 300 species of birds, fish, and wildlife, including several rare, threatened, and endangered species.
The Pearl River Basin is teeming with wildlife. People living along the Pearl have close ties to the land, and they feed their families on the basin's bounty. They eat crawfish and catfish and white-tailed deer. The locals pick mayhaw and blackberries to make jellies and pies, and they harvest chanterelle mushrooms in the summertime.
A private real estate development threatens the Pearl River. The One Lake Development Project would dredge 10 miles of the Pearl River, disturbing at least 8 known highly contaminated toxic disposal sites, install a dam to impound the river, blocking fish passage, disrupting critical freshwater flows, increasing water temperatures, and worsen flash flooding in Jackson, Mississippi.
We're in LaFleur's Bluff State Park, and this area is ground zero for the One Lake Project, basically a zombie project that's been proposed first in 1996, proposed, denied, proposed, refused, but keeps coming back, and it's back again. Basically a development project masquerading as flood control.
One lake poses severe threats to the Pearl's biodiversity. The dam would stop threatened Gulf sturgeon from swimming upstream to spawn. The dredging and snag removal would destroy basking and nesting sites for 2 turtles found nowhere else in the world. The Pearl River is the stronghold for the swallowtail kite, a bird that I've studied for 30 years. These graceful birds of prey need a healthy river to survive. Swallowtail kites bathe and drink on the river. They feed on dragonflies and mayflies that they snatch out of the air. And these aquatic insects can accumulate heavy metals and other toxins that are discharged into the river. Reduced flow caused by One Lake will increase toxin concentrations in the Pearl. Kites and other wildlife can't afford any more pollution.
I've spent pretty much every day as a child and now as an adult on the Pearl River. Our river really is our way of life. We spend all of our time out there. We take friends and family out there. A lot of people hunt and fish and recreate and just live on the river. I own Honey Island kayak tours where I take guests from all over the world to see the beautiful Pearl River and the surrounding swamps. I'm worried about how it may affect the flow of our river. We are in the floodplain here, and then in the deep summer months is when our water is low. And sometimes it's already hard for me to operate my kayak tours because there isn't any water. If it gets any lower than it is, I will not be able to operate my business.
The One Lake Project is being reviewed by the Army Corps of Engineers, Fish and Wildlife Service, and the Environmental Protection Agency. We need you to tell these agencies to stop One Lake and save the Pearl River.
Let's do the smart thing for people and wildlife. What we need is one river, no lake.
One river, no lake.
Stop the One Lake Project now.